A trip to Tampa that not too many predicted.
First playoff game for the Commanders. Do they get the win or what?
We came all the way from Virginia, 12-hour drive. We get this win.
Where the season began is where it could have ended. But not in this story. Washington makes the most of its return to the postseason with yet another incredible win. Is it magic? No, it's just these Commanders.
You said, what does it take? New vision, new owner with a strategy, picking the right people. First, our coach, Coach Quinn, Adam Peters, and then we all step out the way and let them do their job.
What to make of Sunday's instant classic at Tampa? And looking ahead to the Lions. On this Tony McGee's Pro Football Plus.
Talent, culture, and people, man.
There it is.
Talent, culture, and people.
So that's it. Don't make this about us. It's about those guys.
Yeah.
So let me hear a cheer. Give me some emotion.
Hi, Coach. Coach, since this team seems to like to be in these heavyweight boxing matches all the time, if you were to pick a great boxer of all time that resembles this team, who would it be and why?
That is a good one. Because we certainly go the distance a lot. So it's not a knockout artist, that's for sure. But I would say this team has one of my favorite fighters, coming up through the 80s was Marvelous Marvin Hagler, and had to go through some trials, lost in his first, ops at big ones to go, and stood toe to toe with everybody and tucked his chin and kept on swinging. So I would say because we've been through some of the ups and downs, he would be one that was absolutely that kind of toughness. So it's a great question, and that's the first name that popped into my head, other than Ken Norton, because I just thought I've got to show some love to his father. So those would be the two that came to mind.
You definitely had to call out that name.
Yes, 100%.
And this team really stood up in some of the most critical moments and everything. But when you look at anything within this game, did something stand out even more in this game that you liked about it?
I loved in the second quarter, we had a really long drive on offense. And it was maybe 16 or 17 plays, came back, had to have him go punt to go. And so that was what I'd hope we would see in this game, where there could be spots to not allow Tampa to control the clock. They've been excellent at that. And so when you have those kind of drives, we did extend them. That was a big deal for us. Then the other one, I would say, 4:40 left in the game. And so not to give the ball back, 4 minutes is something that we spent a lot of time on, because although it was a tie game, it was once you get into field goal range, it really turned into last possession. So to see the guys deliver, I thought, what a big play by Austin. I think there was actually right at the 2-minute mark on the pass that kind of put us into field goal range. And then the 3rd and 2 that Jaden converted with his legs to be able to use up more clock. That was a big deal. And so I think those would be the two that come to mind, Donna. We knew we had to have some extended drives, so we couldn't allow them to have all the time of possession. And then the finishing mindset with 4.5 minutes to go, to not give it back to them with that defense, that's a really big deal.
I was front and center. So I made my block, looked up, doink, went in, saw the net, swish. So I'll take it.
I've never been a part of a bank shot that mattered that much. So that is, yeah. Because it came off his foot and we're like, oh, we're good. It might sneak in. And then, it was like, oh, it's got a bing. Oh, all right, we're good. So, yeah.
Hey, Tress, on to the second round of the playoffs. Just talk about what that means to you particularly and this team.
Yeah, I think going to play such a tough team in a tough city like Detroit, It's going to be an awesome week of practice of just like Coach does an awesome job of every single week of bringing it back to it's about us. It's about the way we're going to fight, how it's going to go, throwing punches, taking punches, counter punches. And so there is a very refreshing feeling. Coach told us in a team meeting, he's like, you guys here to the Super Bowl, you don't have to plan anything out. And he showed us the schedule. He goes, I've got it all mapped out. He goes, you just show up and you do what you got to do and we'll be ready to roll.
Get this big win today. This team fought back again, 5th time in a row that you all have pulled it out in the end. On to Detroit. Just talk about the feeling of getting this win and moving on.
It's amazing. It's my first one. So the last time I played Tampa 2020, we saw I remember how that one went. So to just come down here and get the win is big time. It's kind of full circle moment.
Hey, but just talk about again this fight in this team over and over again.
I got a chance to talk to some of the guys after the game, and they were just like, "Man, y'all a tough ass team." And I mean, that's just the epitome of who we are, right? Like we become comfortable in uncomfortable moments where a lot of people get tense. We've just learned to put up or shut up, and that's kind of the identity of this group here. Is just you're never out of the fight.
Whew, Tyler. This team once again fought back at the end of the game and took this game. Talk about just winning this first playoff game and moving on to Detroit.
Yeah, obviously, comes down to situational football at the end. Big drive to end the game, and our defense getting a stop like that. Props to our defense of getting that and how they played today. But yeah, I mean, just situational football going down to execution. It always comes down to it. And in the game-winning moments, it was our time. And that's how it went down.
Talk a little bit about this fight over and over and over again with this team.
Resilient, just resilient. How we fight and how we're always leveling up each and every week. That's what comes to my mind, just the resiliency and how we just have that dog-ass competitor in us.
How special is this team?
It's very special, 100%. Special all around.
2 years in, how satisfied is this for you to get this playoff win and moving on to Detroit?
Never satisfied, man. It's always more, always a little more to go, a little more in the tank, and just things to correct, get better at, and just keep pushing.
How special is this team?
Very special, man. It's great just to see, from OTAs to now just what we've, been able to accomplish. And just the brotherhood, man, and just everything that went into it and just allowed us to be here in this moment.
But what are you feeling right now?
Man, I feel so excited, for this team just to be able to get their first win in a long time in the playoffs. Man, like in the playoffs in the last, towards the end of the season, every game's not going to be easy. And you're going to have to claw your way out of it, and you got to be mentally tough. And I think our team showed that this week. I'm just excited, man. We're going to the next round.
Would you say this team is pretty special?
Yeah, team is really special. We got a lot of guys that was counted out. We got a lot of guys that AP and DQ did a great job of drafting. That's going to be the future of this league. So, man, it's just cool to see how we all came together and gelled together, worked together as one, and now we're reaping the benefits.
See, I just heard now with your teammates messing with you how fun it is to play on this team.
Yeah. Oh, it's major. It's major. I think that's something that, adds to the fire. When you enjoy coming into work every day with a group of guys who, when we came into the season, everybody's expectations for us was down here. And for us, we just blocked out all the noise, and now we can kind of write our own history, so that's major.
Better watch out for the Commanders, right?
You know it.
The way everything's been going, we train for these moments. We've been in these moments all season, it feels like, and this was just another game.
Hey, John, talk a little bit about this constant fight in this team over and over again, coming out swinging, and this big win that they come away with and on to Detroit.
I think it's about the culture. I think guys throw that word around a lot, but when you see how our games have played out and, the resilience we have as a team, I think it really just points to the culture and the brotherhood that we have here.
We talked about, taking it the distance and, get the ice bags ready because there's going to be that fight. And, we fought all the way till we kicked that last field goal in. So, just props to the whole team and the guys and everybody just, locking in that four minute of the game. And, ain't nobody do it better than our offense when it comes down to our 2 minutes. So, JD going to do what he do. And, just it's simple. Just guys doing their jobs, man. It's not that hard, but, it's a hard task to do, but it's very simple, you know what I mean? So I'm just super excited, man, to, just keep this thing going, this train going.
How special is this team?
Special. I mean, this is by far. I mean, I ain't been on special, a lot of the special teams, but from the looks of it and everything, I mean, this is a special team.